What's up with the what's up? It's Ladria LaVey. Welcome back to my channel. Now for this tutorial, I'm bringing you this super cute crochet bralette crop top thing going on, and I added a little bit of surface crochet, a super cute detail you can add to any project. Now it's only right, click that thumbs up button, click that subscribe button, turn on the notifications because you know I'm be dropping that heat. Now let's get into the video. Y'all play too much. Okay, for this tutorial, I'm just using some scrap yarn. You know, we just working with what we got right now in this situation. And I'm using this sugar and cream yarn for my main color. I just suggest any weight 3 yarn or weight 4 yarn could work. You could do solid or you could do all different colors. And I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook. Check the description below for all your details. Alright, so boom, let's get started. So I'm going to list on the screen the number of chains you need for your size. I'm going to be doing a size medium. So that means I will be chaining 15 plus 2 for my turning chain. So just follow on the screen the amount of chains you need to chain for your size. So I'm taking my main color and I'm chaining 15 plus 2 for the turning chain. So everybody will chain that extra 2 for the turning chain. So 1, 2, so I'm at 15 plus my 2. And now everyone double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. And double crochet all the way down till you hit that last stitch, and we're gonna work on the last stitch together. So I'm aware everybody do their bra cups, bikini cups different, but this is how I do mine. So you can do your bra cups however you want to do it till we get to the surface crochet stitch, or you could just follow along with what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm at that last stitch. Now in that last stitch, you're gonna do 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Chain 1 and then 2 more. So that's how it looks. Now you're gonna place 1 double crochet in each stitch going back down. You're not gonna place a double crochet in any of these 4 stitches that we placed in that last stitch. You're gonna go right into the stitch before that. So what I like to do is actually tuck my yarn in. You don't have to do this, but I just prefer to do it so I don't have to weave that in. And you'll go right into that stitch right there. So do not go into any of these 4 stitches. So this is my 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. I'm gonna place 1 double crochet in each of these stitches, starting with this stitch, tucking in my little yarn. So going right here with 1 double crochet, and placing 1 double crochet in each stitch going down. So this is what I have so far. I'm gonna do a total of 4 rows with this main color, like how I did here. So I'm gonna do the main color for 4 rows, and then I'm gonna switch it out to my other colors. So you're gonna repeat this. I'm gonna put right here the amount of rounds you're gonna do in total for your bikini cup. I'm gonna do a total of 6 rounds, and then that strap row. So I'm going to do this color for 3 more rows, and then 2 rows of another color, and then we're going to do that strap row. So I list everything right here on the screen, how many rounds you need to do. So now to continue with your next round, for whatever size you're doing, you're going to chain up 2, turn your work. The chain do not count as a stitch. You go into that very first stitch, double crochet all the way down till you get to that chain 1 space. So now I'm at that chain 1 space, and I'm gonna do the same thing that we did in the previous row with 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Alright, so you want to make sure you go into each stitch on this side. So sometimes the stitch that you need to go into may be hiding under the 2 double crochets. Just make sure you go into that stitch and double crochet all the way down. This is pretty much the process you repeat for the entire bikini cup. Now you could totally customize it. You could do more rounds, less rounds, you know, just cover just a little shunting or cover it all up. It's totally up to you. But I added the suggested rounds for each size, and you could go by that or add more. Now starting with round 3, doing the same exact thing, chaining up 2, don't count as a stitch, going into the very first stitch with a double crochet. And I'm double crocheting all the way down to that chain 1 space. I'm gonna place 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then double crochet in each stitch going back down, and repeat that 1 more time for my main color. So I'm gonna finish this row and then do 1 more row, and I'll meet you back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm at the last stitch of my 4 rounds with this main color. Now I just want to show y'all before I do the next 2 rows how I change my color. So everybody do theirs different. I'm just gonna show you how I do mine. So before I finish the last double crochet, I just grab the next color, loop the yarn on the hook, and pull through. Then I hold the 2 tails of the other color and my main color. So this tail, the one that's cut, and my main color, just pull it tight. Then I chain up my 2, turn my work, and I'm deciding that this is gonna be the back of my work, so I'm gonna just tuck the yarn, and I'm going to double crochet over it. And this round is exactly how we did the other rounds. So going right in the first stitch, I'm going under the tail just to avoid weaving in so many ends, and just double crochet. Now this is totally optional. You could just weave in your ends towards the end, but this is what I like to do to avoid, you know, all that extra work, you know what I'm saying. So I just do that for a little while before I just let it loose, and I'll just cut it. So I'm gonna double crochet a few more times, pull it, and just forget about it, and I'll just cut it later on. So I'm gonna finish this row the exact way how we did with the double crochet in each stitch, the 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and I'm gonna change my color 1 more time after that, and I'll meet you when I'm done with those 2 rows. So I just finished up my 6th row of the cup. So now we're gonna do what I call the strap row. So I'm gonna take my next color, this yellow from, I believe, Paint Box Yarns, and I'm going to just add it in. Pull. And chain up 2. And for this row, I'm going to do a cross double crochet, which is super simple. So chain up your 2, turn your work. And now for the cross double crochet, Okay, so now for the cross double crochet, you're going to skip the first stitch, place a double crochet in the next, so that chain 2 do not count as a stitch. So now we're going to go back in that first stitch that we skipped with a double crochet. So just go backwards. And now you have a cross double crochet. So let me show you again. Skip that next stitch. Go into the stitch after that with a double crochet. And then double crochet in the stitch that you skipped. And we're gonna do that all the way up till we get to the last stitch towards the tip. And this is how it looks so far. So I got down to my last 2 stitches. Some people may have 3 stitches up. Now if you have 3 stitches up, you'll just do your cross double crochet and 1 double crochet in that last stitch before that chain 1 space. So we're not going into that chain 1 space. So one more time, if you have 2 stitches up like me, just do your cross double crochet. If you have 3 stitches, do your cross double crochet and 1 double crochet in that last stitch. So I'm going to do my cross double crochet. Now I'm going to chain up 100 and go back down that chain with a half double crochet. So I finished my 100 and I'm going to chain up 2 and just go right back down that chain with a half double crochet. So I'm just finished going into that last chain. Now if you had 1 double crochet over here, just do 1 double crochet in that first stitch. If yours ended up like me with a cross double crochet, we're gonna skip that first stitch, place 1 double crochet. We're not going into the chain, okay? We're gonna skip that first double crochet, go into the next with 1 double crochet, and then back into the one that we skipped with a double crochet, and continue that pattern all the way down. So this is what we have. So I'm gonna continue the cross double crochet all the way down to the last stitch. So this is what we have so far. It's super cute. And the cross double crochet row is optional. You could definitely do any stitch you want, any cute edging and all that good old stuff. So I finished that last stitch. I'm going to chain up 1, cut my yarn, and pull through. So this is what we have. Now let's work on a surface crochet. And I'm going to start with my green color. And it's super simple, guys. I think it's a great technique that you can add to any crochet project. So you're gonna make a slip knot. And we're gonna start with the right corner and work our way around like that. So turn your work around. And now we're gonna go in between the row. So you see that little invisible light but still right there line? We're going against these little bumps right here. So take your hook. We're gonna go between that chain in that second row right here. And we're gonna bring that loop through. So once you have that loop through, I like to turn, and now it's kind of like you're going into the spaces between the stitches. So this is the next stitch right here, right in here. And you're gonna pull your yarn through as if you're doing a single crochet. So now I have 2 loops on my hook, and you'll just pull it through like a slip stitch. So let me show you a couple of more times. I'm going to go into that next stitch right there with my hook, and I'm going to pull the yarn through. Now I have two loops. Got two loops, and I'm gonna do like a slip stitch, just like that. So now again, you're gonna go in between the stitch right there, pull your yarn through, just like that, and slip stitch it. And you want to use this little line as your guide. See these little boop boop boop? I like to use that as my guide, and I'm going right in between, pulling my yarn through, and doing a slip stitch. Now you want to make sure that you don't do it too tight, because it will pull your work in an awkward way. And let's continue a couple of more stitches. Super simple. Go between the double crochets. You're going to hook your yarn. You're going to pull it through and slip stitch. A couple of more times. Go between the stitch. Pull that yarn through. Oops. Just want to show you how the back is. I'm pulling the yarn to the front, and I am going to basically slip stitch. So next stitch, that little gap, go right in there. Hook your yarn, pull it through, and slip stitch. And like I said, you want to make sure it's not too tight. So I'm going to do that all the way till I get to this chain one space, using this line as a guide. So now I'm at that chain one space. We're basically just going in the chain one space, pulling through that yarn from the back and slipping it through. And I'm continuing down on the opposite side, exactly how he's doing, skipping a double crochet, pulling the yarn through, pulling that through the loop. I'm going into that last little hole and I'm pulling through. So now I have the so now I have the little hoopity hoop thing, and I'm gonna pull my hook out. I'm gonna go through the back where we did the last whole knot, the last little stitch, and I'm gonna hook that loop, pull it through, cut my yarn, and pull the ends through to secure, and tie it just like that. So yeah, there's different ways you can end it, but that's an easy way for me. So this is how it's looking. So I'm gonna do that same exact step 2 more times with the orange color and the yellow color. So I'm gonna do the orange next, and then the yellow. So I'm gonna do the same technique, do a slip knot, turn my work, and I'm going to go along the top bumps of this. I'm going to go along right there. So I'm going to insert my hook, pull the slip knot through, wrap the yarn around my finger, pull the end a little, turn my work, go into that next stitch where the hole is right there, and pull the yarn through, hook it, slip stitch it, and just continue around just how we did the last row. So that's the back. I'm just pulling that hoop, the loop through and slip stitching. So that's really all it is to it, to the surface crochet. And I'm gonna do this going all the way around. And I'll meet you when I'm done with my yellow. So this is how it came out with the ends all weaved in. And what's super cool about this is the other side is cute as well. So you could do a reversible depending on how you weave in your ends. And I feel like just with this surface crochet, it would be so cute as a rainbow or flag colors, and you could get super creative with it. So go ahead and make your second cup and come on back. Now we're gonna work on the bottom portion, and I'm gonna use my main color, make a slip knot, and just attach at the end of my last round. And I'm going to chain up 15, and that measured 4 inches. If you want to show more of the back strap, chain less. I say chain 5. And I'm going to chain up 2 and double crochet back down and then along the edge, placing 2 double crochets in each double crochet row. So chain up 2, double crochet in that third chain from the hook, and double crochet down. And I'm gonna place 2 double crochets in each double crochet row, going all the way down, and even placing 2 double crochets in that cross double crochet row. So this is how it look. And now I'm just gonna take a little piece of yarn and attach the yarn right at the corner and do a chain of 15 and cut that. Only because I could have added it with the yellow, but I really wanted to do my main color for the bottom. So I'm making my slip knot and doing my chain 15. So I have my 15, I'm gonna chain up 1 more, cut my yarn, and pull through. So now I can carry my double crochet all the way down. So once you get to the end of the first cup, chain 3, get your second cup, and place 2 double crochets in each row, exactly how we did over here. And do that all the way down to the end of that 15. So when I got to the 15 chains, I'm just tucking the little ends in, so I don't have to weave that in. So where we attach the yarn, I just tuck that in. So I'll meet you when I get to the end. So this is how it look, and I'm gonna continue this for a few more rows. You could do it however short or long you choose. So I'll be back when I'm done with all my rows. This is super optional. You can actually leave it how it is, lace it up right here to make it real cute, but I'm gonna keep going a couple of more rows. To continue the rows is chain up 2 and double crochet in the first stitch all the way down, chain up 2, double crochet in the first stitch, 2 continue rows of double crochet. I did a total of 4 double crochet rows. So once you finish your double crochet rows, and you're down to the last stitch. Just chain up 1, cut your yarn, and pull through, and just weave that in. Okay, so this is super optional, but I chose to just make a little chain of 100 to lace up in the spaces of the cross double crochet. Now this is optional, you can leave it as is, but you could just lace it up and do some tassels at the end or some beads and let it hang down, which would be super cute. And for the strap, just to connect this, I chain 150. Don't be afraid to add so many details, so many customization, or keep it super simple with one color. It was just gonna be cute regardless. Here it is laced up. I would even do a chain of like 200 just to like double tie it and let it hang really long. And here's the bag. Super simple, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up and comment below what you're doing during this time of quarantine. Make sure you follow me at LaJuliaLaVey on Instagram, and I'll check you out in my next video. Video A. Later.